Hello, and welcome to the Reactor. Alright, here we have Spiral Architect. A song that I've missed. Purpose. This was, I think, a demo or a something, I don't know, but it wasn't on the Skeptic's Universe album, I don't believe. And this was one of my favorite bands back in the day. You know, when I first heard this, I was just blown away because at that time there was nothing like that, at least in the States. And I was just kind of blown away by the timings, by the style, by the sound, by the progressive rhythms that they had at the time. Was just way beyond anything at the time. So this will be a cool first listen from something that's 20 some odd years ago, right? Just, man, the passage of time. All right, well, let's go back and to the future. Cheers. Man. Wow. Oh, okay. Jeez. See, now this brings back so many memories of listening to these guys for the first time. And that tone, that vocal tone is just something, it was just something so out of the ordinary and different at the time. And it's still, when I hear that tone, it's like, bam, right back to the year 1995 or 2000, whenever this album was, the Skeptic's Universe was released. But my word, this was like paving the way for progressive metal. I think the only band that really came somewhat close to them at this time frame was Fate's Warning. Fate's Warning was another one of my favorite bands of the time. Very progressive, but they were more on the slower side. They had some really interesting kind of like, they could go heavy, but they spent most of their time in that groove zone, and so a lot of their stuff was, especially in their mid years, Fate's Warning was like just playing around with different groovy tunes. I think one of their latest albums was pretty heavy, and their first album was like ridiculously heavy, but melodic at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here about Fate's Warning, but this is Spiral Architect, and it just, man, oh man, the bass in this. Now, I think from what I heard way back when, he used a bass guitar with rubber strings instead of steel strings or metal strings. I'm pretty sure, because that sound is just so bouncy and round and very resonant. It just kind of just sounds like a rubber string. All right. Well, anyway, let's finish this here, dude. What are you doing? All right. Oh my goodness, this cat. What are you trying to do? Be a pest? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Jesus. This, God damn, this is a rhythm that never dies. It is phenomenal. Trying to follow what they're doing is one thing, but hearing what they've put together, it's just magical. This was something that was just not heard of. At least in my realm, this was just so magical. The way they put this together, I mean, the drum scales in this are just out of this world. The cymbal work and if you pay attention to each instrument as to what they're doing, it's mind-boggling. But the main part of this section here, that rhythm that just keeps going and going and going. But they're adding elements to it, each and every measure, and it's hard to explain because it's just so damn complex. It's magic. That's what it is. That's why they're not around. They sold their soul. little drum fill. Beautiful. And the panning of the guitars. Back to the heavy. Jesus. Like, Jesus. So I'm just a loss for words with this tune. They have a habit, a way of, it reminds me of a train that goes off the rails, except the train has a third wheel that stays on the track. Now, they are keeping this train in motion, but the wheels are flying off the rails and coming back, and the changes that they have, the time changes and the rhythm changes and these bizarre timings are just something that's just crazy to think of. Putting it together on paper must look like look like a frickin' bag of chocolate chips and then just thrown at the floor, and that's how they play it. I don't know. It's just crazy stuff, but it all makes sense and it sounds fucking awesome. So that's Spiral Architect. Now, god damn it, I wish they were still around because they just made some goddamn good music. Now, I know the guitarist is still doing stuff, but he's more really heavy into the kind of extreme death metal stuff, which I wish it was more into the more progressive metal stuff. And I think the drummer is still doing things. So there's that. But man, these guys all together made this brilliant song and this brilliant album, Skeptic's Universe. God, it's just something that just will never, unfortunately, come close to hearing again. So, but I don't know if you know of a band that is similar to this style that maybe you've never heard of. Maybe there's some. I'm sure the Swedes are just so famous for crazy progressive metal music. It's just all underground because there's just so much music in Sweden and Norway and Finland and so forth that. I think for me it would be impossible to dig down that hole and find all the goodness there is. So, yeah, please do let me know if you know of other bands like this. It's just few and far between, right? Well, I can keep listening though. The magic of music. Hit rewind and play again and again. Alrighty, folks, until the next time. Cheerio.